Aloha, and welcome to the third episode of Talk Story with the House Majority. My name is Della Al-Baladi, and I serve as the Hawaii State Legislature's House Majority Leader. This weekly webcast is comprised of conversations with state executives, community and business leaders, and my Democratic colleagues in the House of Representatives. If you have been following the work of the House Select Committee on COVID-19, you know that capital improvement projects are one component of the larger effort of reopening Hawaii's economy. Today, we will be discussing the importance of shovel-ready projects with Representative Henry Aquino, Chair of the House Committee on Transportation, and Representative Kyle Yamashita, Chair of House Capital Improvement Projects and member of the Select House Committee. And later, I'll be talking to Dr. Sarah Park, State Epidemiologist and Chief of the Department of Health's Disease Outbreak and Control Division, along with Attorney General Claire Connors, about legal matters in the state's healthcare response to COVID-19. Be sure to comment with questions you might have for a guest on the live stream featured on facebook.com/Olelo Community. First, we have a special segment with Ed Sniffen, the Department of Transportation's Deputy Director of Highways, who will share with us what the department has been doing during these stay-at-home orders.
Okay, so I'm going to take this off to make sure that everybody can hear me. I'm Ed Sniffen with Department of Transportation Highways Division, Deputy Director. So during this lockdown period, we know it's really tough for everyone right now. We can see it on the roadways. Our volumes that we take every day is showing that only 45% of the traffic we normally see is on the road. Huge opportunity for us right now to start moving forward with all the construction projects we want to get done. We're expediting all the construction projects, extending the lane closures. Typically, we wouldn't allow contractors to work during the peak periods. We extended everything through the peak, the morning and afternoon peaks, because we know it's not causing any issues. We're also making sure that the night work that we have is moved up to daytime. We're a lot more efficient during the day and a lot more efficient from a cost perspective. We're pushing forward on all of our maintenance projects to make sure that everything is ready for when our people get back to work. And we're pushing forward with the utilities to ask them to use this opportunity right now to do any of the backup maintenance that they had before. All of this to ensure that the people who are lucky enough to work can keep working right now. We can support them. And we're pushing really hard to make sure we put everybody back to work as soon as possible. We really appreciate the House's leadership in making sure we push forward on getting ready for stimulus. When Rep. Yamashita reached out and asked, what CIP would you have available should something come up, whether it's from the state side or the federal side? We gave them a list of about $700 million worth of projects, $200 million of which is funded for this year moving forward, given that we have the revenues that we can count on as we go. Another $500 million that we're planning for next year and the following, we're expediting to move up this year to ensure that we are ready to deliver it before the end of this year. Some big banner projects that we're considering right now. On the EVA side, we know that housing development is really important for us because we get a 5% increase in population every year without that increase in housing density. So we're looking at helping out that EVA and Kapolei corridor to ensure that we can push those forward. We know in the future we want to build out that area and the Kapolei area to be that second city to get more of our job centers out there and minimize the traffic going into town. But we know in the beginning, people are still going to have to go into town. So we're making sure that we're widening H1 eastbound to ensure that we can get more people into town faster, giving them the capacity they need now and into the future. We also know that we cannot build our way out of capacity in the long term. So we're pushing forward on projects like on Nimitz and Ala Moana Boulevard, where we have our signal modernization and optimization. We're changing out all of our legacy controllers with adaptive signal technology that allows the system to adjust to the needs of the public real time. It also gives us more data to make sure that we can manage the system remotely real time to give everybody the capacity they need. That's not H1, but it's a parallel corridor that connects up to it that gives us more capacity through that corridor. All the projects that we do, whether it's a pavement preservation or a bridge project, we always look at what the need of the communities are now. So when we start repaving a project, we get pretty much a blank slate where we can start redoing the striping to give us more flexibility and mobility for cars, for bicycles, and for pedestrians throughout any area. We'll continue to work with all the counties on that. We also continue to work with them on their transit programs. We know that not everybody has the opportunity to drive to work every day. So those that use transit, we're trying to help them out as well. On our system, we put in a lot of the transit facilities that allow the counties to operate. were to pass through for federal funds for 5307 and 5311 grants. The city and county of Honolulu got $90 million worth that came through. The other counties are splitting $13 million to ensure that they optimize their bus programs at this time.